I am sick and tired of people thinking only things like coke, crack, ecstasy, heroin are drugs. See, this is giving people a false sense of security. And one of the worst culprits for this is weed. By the way, I'm doing a pre-sale on a course on how to quit partying, how to get sober, how to improve your life. Check out the description if you're interested. Now, I was a drug addict for about 2-ish years, and I was partying altogether for maybe about 4. And one thing I noticed, at least where I'm from, is people, they view weed in this passive, sort of okay way. I'm sure this is the same in lots of places. It's seen as almost this kind of beginner drug. It's like it's an easy drug. It's the sort of thing you can do every day. You know, like if you drunk every day, people would sort of look at you weird. If you done coke, of course, every day, you'd be a cokehead. But you know, if you were a stoner, you smoked weed every day, like people were like, that's alright, that's normal. But weed can be so fucking destructive. Of course, it's a drug. You know it's a drug. It gets you high. It's a fucking drug. But what people don't realize is how bad it is for you. Yeah, sure, it may not be destroying your organs like some of the rest of them, but it completely fucks with your mind. Now, they say if you're over the age of 21, there's no bad effects on your mind. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true. Or over 25, sorry. I'm 21 now, so I don't know. And I was smoking weed when I was about 17, 18, 19. So I don't know if it's okay if you're over the age of 25. I'm going to guess it's probably not. But I know for a fact, for people like me who were smoking it young, which is almost everyone who starts smoking weed, they start smoking it way before 25. I know if you're like that, it's horrible for your brain. See, what you don't realize when you get into smoking weed is it gives you this weird fog in your head constantly. Even when you're not stoned, your head is constantly got this grungy, dirty, foggy feeling. If you smoke weed before, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, man, you want to avoid it, man. Everything just feels so literally foggy and dirty and like it's trying to drive. It's like trying to drive a fucking car, all the windows fogged up. Like, how the hell are you going to get where you want to go in life when your mind's constantly cloudy, constantly foggy? Of course, people talk about bad effects all the time. It gives you anxiety. I never experienced too much anxiety. I'm not really like an anxious person, but I did get another effect, depression. Now, maybe it wasn't just the weed, because I was doing lots of different drugs, but when I was back in that period, I was so depressed. I hated my life. It just sucks the soul out of you, sucks joy. I don't know all the neurological effects, but I do believe that it does mess up your dopamine in one way or another. I'm not entirely sure, but it just makes more things dull. I used to be bored all the time unless I was high in some form or another. Now I'm fucking never bored. Never. Yeah, sure, I get unstimulated. I do things I would rather when I'd rather do something else, but I haven't got that bored, like that itchy feeling like, oh, I'm so bored. You know what I'm talking about. And in fact, weed, it's been proven weed lowers your testosterone and sperm. This stuff is not this fucking magical plant, 420 blaze it, bro, like this magical peace plant. Sure, I think maybe in some ways, it could be beneficial if you done it like once a year. But motherfuckers aren't doing it like once a year. They're doing it fucking once a day, twice a day, 4 times a day. You can see why they legalized it. Because they want you to be slave, this mindless zombie. You know, in small doses, like I was talking about, like once a year, it can enlighten you, it can wake you up, but when you're doing it constantly, it dulls the mind. I know what it's like at the start. I had some amazing experiences, some insane experiences. But then as it went on, as I was just a stoner, I was just that like, it's hard to explain the feelings if you've never done it. But like if I show you my face, maybe that'll give you like an idea of how I felt. Just like that, just like zombified, just yeah, man, stoned out. Like that's how it felt, how I look. This is not good. And like I just said, like people talk about how it's a small drug. It hasn't got as big effects as weed or as alcohol, as LSD and all that. But I had some insane trips of weed. This is not the glorified weed. If anything, this is to fucking scare you because I had some horrible, scary trips. My first time I took a bong, I had this DMT like trip. I was knocked out for hours and hours and hours. Now my friends probably just thought I was sleeping. But that whole time I was tripping balls. I had seen fucking horrendous things, just scary things. I had like no connection to this world around me. It was just I had no control at all. It was so scary. Now I forget most of it. I remember there was one time that I was lying on my friend's bed and I was looking at the wall. I was lying like facing the wall and I could see out the corner of my eye the bed and the wall, and it started changing colors. And it was going through time. It was going to my bedroom when I was younger, my brother's bedroom when I was younger. I was hearing my mom shouting at me in the back, like when I was a kid. And then another time I was lying on that bed. This time I was kind of in the world. I was like, my friend was sitting beside me. I look up at him. He pats me in the head, and then I fall down, fall unconscious. And that kept happening again and again. It felt like it was forever. And the thing that just scarred me, I thought I was dead. I almost thought I was dead. See, at one point there was no senses, no connection to the outside world at all. No hearing, sound, taste, nothing. Couldn't even feel my own breath moving. I couldn't even really think properly. There was just awareness, just this void, and just awareness of this void. And it was scary as fuck because I thought I was dead because I felt like I was there forever and ever and ever. And then I woke up from it, and man, the relief. But it's to show you this shit is not this simple like, oh yeah, let's go get stoned and have fun. It can fucking fuck you up. I guarantee there's plenty of people who have had trips on weed and never been the same since. I mean, I was never the same since then. But at least I don't think it fucked me up in a bad way. But I got lucky, some people get unlucky and they get schizophrenia and shit. It can even cause gut problems as well. People with eating, some people can't eat without getting stoned now because they've just fucked up the hunger signaling in their brain. I'm very rarely hungry now. Maybe that's why. Sometimes I have to force myself to eat. Now I do eat a whole lot because I'm trying to bulk, but that's beside the point. And of course, we all know it's a fucking gateway drug. It's plastered everywhere. They tell you it, but they're not lying. I thought they were lying. I thought they were bullshitting too. Until it changed my brain right in front of my very own eyes. You see, at the start of my drug journey, I said I would just drink and I would just smoke weed. That's it. Just drink and smoke weed. And I was doing that, drinking and smoking weed. Yeah, drinking and smoking weed. Having fun. Yeah, yeah. Didn't touch any drug. Didn't think it would. Any hard drug. And then the opportunity came. My friends were doing it, ecstasy. And up until this point, I remember as well, ecstasy was one of the ones I always said in like specifically, oh, I'd never do ecstasy, you know. And then the opportunity came for me to do it. I took it without thinking, without being like, nah, I don't, I only drink and smoke. None of that. None of that crossed my mind. It was only after, like a day after, and I remembered all those times I said I was only going to drink and smoke, only going to drink and smoke. And now all of a sudden I was doing hard drugs. Changes your brain. That's why they say it's a gateway drug. I don't know if like there's massive science, the massive studies behind this, but I swear to God, it will change your brain right in front of your eyes. Drugs that you thought were not okay, now they're okay. Actions you thought weren't okay, now they're okay. Like when we started smoking weed, even before we started doing the hard drugs, stealing was a common thing in my friend group. taking weed, bits of weed. We get a bag of weed for some of the younger people, and we'd end up taking a wee bit off them. And I was never the kind of person to steal. This is what it does to you. It changes your brain. See, when you indulge in these bad habits, you become bad. It's unavoidable. This is why you need to focus your life on the good habits. And this is how you get off all the bad habits. This is how you get off the drugs. And this is what my program, my course is all about. Building good habits to build you into the dream person. So then bad habits, they fall away. As I said earlier, I'm doing a pre-sale. That means the course is half the price. When I fully release it, I'm going to double it. So if you look at it now, you get it way cheaper than everyone else. You need these things in your life, like exercise, like meditation, or else you will always fall back to bad habits like smoking weed.